Well, hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today we'll be talking about Xueyi, or more specifically, I'm making this Xueyi guide because one, if you clear a certain stage of a popular electric shadow, we get a free copy of Xueyi. And also she's paired up with Firefly and Run Maze, so there's a good chance you might have she or few her Eidolons. But also with the addition of certain characters, new Lycons being added, and a new relic set, there's a superior build now, it going full on break effects, or more specifically super break teams. But I'll get to that later, but I'll be cussing what she does, her best team, relics, Eidolons, her Lycons, and things you really need to consider when you're using Xueyi. But before I continue onward, if you like what you see, wanna hit the like button, subscribe to the channel because it really does mean the world to me, and I really want to hit 900 so badly, so help a brother out, won't you? But anyways, let's talk about what Xueyi even does. Like, Xueyi is an interesting unit and it kind of reflects around like her talents and stuff. Her ultimate has a 120 energy cost, but also has a 120 toughness break to all elements because it doesn't just break quantum shield, it breaks any type of shield regardless if they're weak to quantum or not. Then you have a talent, which is interesting because she has these karma stacks which you get from breaking toughness, and each toughness you break from each enemy counts as 1 stack, which can go up to 8 to trigger a follow attack and hit some target dealing quantum damage, and also your teammates, if they trigger toughness break, can also count toward the karma stacks. And then you have a skill which should hit 3 enemies and deal quantum damage, but that's to help you stacks or to help you break shields faster. And then you have a Xueyi talent that just deals damage equivalent to like the skill. And of course a basic tag. It's a normal basic tag just to help you to build skill points up, and for like priorities, it doesn't really matter since we're going for like the super break team for Xueyi. You can pretty much go in any order in which talent you want to level up first, but for recommendation just go ultimate, talent, skill, and you don't even need to touch the basic attack. Then you have Xueyi bonus talent, and one talent basically means if an enemy triggers weakness break and they over 50% HP, they just deal 10% more damage, so that's pretty nice. The next bonus is freaking amazing because it gives you damage bonus based on how much break effect you have on Xueyi. And that's a hefty amount of damage bonus you get in just for building break effect, which you already will be doing by default. And to max it out, you need 240 break effect just to max out the damage bonus. Okay, for the last bonus talent, Xueyi basically keep a tally that will exceed the talent if you go over it, and it'll keep a track of it by 6. Which just means when she does her follow-up attack, she still will have some karma stack if you exceeded the number based on how much toughness you broke. And now it basically means Xueyi just want to break as much shield as she possibly can, because that way you primarily be getting the most of your value as you use Xueyi. But with that said, we should probably talk about how to build she now. Alright, for Xueyi best builds and relic kind of did change up a bit because when Xueyi came out, there was a lot of discussion between like crit Xueyi and full on break effect Xueyi. Like the crit build was more consistent, but the problem with the crit build, the fact that it needs so much. You want crit rate, crit damage, speed, and you still want to build a good amount of break effect on Xueyi to a point that I kind of really had to build, especially if RNG wants to screw you over. But with the break effect build, it's much more easier, and even before the buff, break effect was so nice for how much benefits Xueyi get for breaking shield, but nowadays it's just so much better to flat out forget building crit rate and crit damage on Xueyi and just full on focus on building break effect on Xueyi. So the 3 sets that come to mind for like her best relic. You have like the 4-piece meteor set, the 4-piece quantum set, and a new 4-piece break effect set. And for which one better, it can heavily depend because the meteor set, though it gives less break effect and less offensive damage, it gives you more energy for breaking shields. And of course, it gives the ultimate back, but then the quantum set is interesting because obviously it's nice if the quantum set, everyone have the quantum set, but for how much quantum damage we get, they kind of get diminished in returns, and though the defense penetration nice, the iron cavalry set is just flat out bad because it give you break effect, which is nice because you get damage bonus from it, and the 4-piece just disgusting. So if you have over 150 break effect, you ignore 10% defense, and if you reach 250 break effect and you trigger super break, you ignore another additional 15% of their defense. So essentially, if you meet all the requirements, you basically can lower 25% of the enemy defense compared to 10% from the quantum set. If you want more damage, go for the iron cavalry set, but if you want more recharge, go for meteor set, but the iron cavalry set is just too good not to pass on. Or if you just need something to pass you by, just go 2-piece break effect, 2-piece break effect, 2-piece break effect, 2-piece quantum, or 2-piece break effect and 2-piece speed. And for the planet set, you only really have two options. You have the rudimentary set that just increase your attack, which is good for break effect. But by far her best planet set is the kingdom set, because it just gives you break effect and more break effect if you reach 145 speed. And for the main stat, obviously the helmet and glove will be HP and attack for obvious reason, but then you'll go for attack body because we don't really care about crit rate and crit damage, and then speed boots, and then for the rope you go break effect, and for the orb you go for attack again because as I said before, your Xueyi will have like so much damage bonus, the fact that attack gets generally better, and the fact that it also helps with your break effect when you trigger in the quantum break effect. And for the substat, you prioritize building speed, break effect, and attack. And that basically is for the best build and relic. Now let's move on to giving Xueyi icon now. Alright, if we're going for the break effect build, there's only a limited option we have, but for one, her free-to-play option is pretty strong because she has access to the forward Eon that gives you lots of attack and damage bonus. And that's like your only free-to-play option, but the gacha option, if you manage to get them, pretty solid because you have the Claire icon, just give you a lot of attack, and if you go under 50% HP, you get some recovery back, so pretty nice. And then you have the Misha icon, that is the best 4-star option you have because it just gives you so much break effect at S1. And don't even get me started if you get super imposition on a Lycon. Like, it is such a good Lycon if you manage to get it from the gacha. But the way best Lycon overall is the Firefly Lycon for obvious reasons. It just gives you so much stuff, it's just ridiculous for how much it gives. And obviously the other one, there's a Secret Vow, Welcome to the Mold, but I'll just use like the Forward Eon if you don't have the Misha Lycon. But overall, I would always recommend you go with the Misha Lycon. And it's way like your waifu and you're like a heavy Firefly sim, I guess you can also try to get the Firefly Lycon for she. But you gotta have the power of the credit card though. Alright, for her best team, she has a lot of options. I mean a lot, but I'll mainly be touching about the Super Break teams. And like Army MC with like the Super Break is so damn good. If you have MC equipped with the Dream set, you're basically giving your whole team 60% break effect for free. And E4 just gives you even more break effect based on how much break effect you have on MC. And I don't even have the E4 yet. And the fact that the MC are free units we get, that's just crazy. And then I want to kind of talk about Ruan Maker. Ruan Mei and Xueyi have typed up counter synergy because since you want to be breaking shield with Xueyi and Ruan Mei kind of stop that, they're kind of this anti-synergy they have, but with like the MC Super Break, that problem kind of gone. But if the shield is down and you have MC ult activated, you can basically bypass that because you keep triggering break effect thanks to Super Break, as you can see in the background as I'm showing you. And then for a healer, there are two big ones, especially if you run like MC with them. Like there's Fushan, because for one, Fushan with the ultimate and Super Break active, it just hits so comically hard, and I don't even have break effect build on Fushan. And then of course Galga, because Galga is really good for this. Or you can use any sustain up you're choosing, but then if you don't have Ruan Mei, there's still so many options. There's Asta you get that boosts your speed and attack. There's Hanyad, who's better than Asta if you have Hanyad Eidolons, because obviously we learn attack is really good for characters that really want to do break effect, and the speed always nice as well. But then you have Tingyon, who gives you a lot of energy, which is really nice to get back to the ultimate. So if you're not Ruan Mei, like Tingyon can actually be a really solid switch in. And same thing just goes for Bronya, because for one, boosted attack gives you a whole new turn. It's really nice. But also, if you're using Bronya, you should probably get your Xueyi to be faster than your Bronya, so you can get 2 turns with Xueyi instead of probably getting 1 turn if Bronya just faster. And then you have characters like Silver from Pela, which is good for those type of team, but at the same time, I much rather use those characters in other teams, but they can definitely work if you need them. You just gotta be careful when you're breaking shield with Silver, because you ideally just want to be breaking shield with Xueyi. And yeah, that's about it for the best team. Let's talk about Xueyi Eidolons now. Alright, for Xueyi Eidolons, her Eidolon does make her better, and the footage you do see is from her E6 Xueyi. And if using Shin Break Effect, he does get better with one specific constellation, but I'm just gonna go through all of them real quick. E1 increases your follow-up damage by 40% on the talent, so that's pretty nice. E2 Xueyi basically break the enemy toughness regardless if they weak to quantum or not, and you also get recover HP when you do the follow attack. E3 is just the skill and basic attack, nothing special. E4 is the best Eidolon by far because it increases the break effect on the ultimate by 40%, which is crazy good. And that's why building break effect on Xueyi is just so damn valuable. And lastly, E6 is pretty solid because for one, it's changing the karma stack from 8 to 6, which is really good. And it just helps like decrease the enemy toughness even more, getting you closer so you can just use the ultimate to break the enemy shields. And yeah, that's about it.
Now here we go, it's the end of the show.
Alright, the things you need to consider, right? So the build you see is E6, but at the same time, my Xueyi can be so much better because, like, if you see the stats, it's not exactly insanely good. It's pretty solid overall, and even though Xueyi is still like a very powerful 4-star in 4-star standards, she's not exactly the most meta character in the game if you compare she to the other characters, especially like Firefly and Boothill, and especially with all the power creep that's happening. So like eventually, unless you like her or not, you're eventually just gonna replace she with someone better eventually. But the fact that Xueyi is free now, it really does open a lot of gates, especially if you don't have any of the meta characters yet. So like overall, with Xueyi, I would say Xueyi just a fine unit. She's not the best of the best, but she's definitely one darn good unit, especially if you get her Eidolons. And if you love she enough and put all the time and investment into she will do some pretty impressive stuff. Hell, I was impressed how they would do this much thanks to MC and Runmei. And of course, this is a game to where you like someone enough, you can basically make them work regardless if they top tier or not. And yeah, that's about it. Because with all that said, I think that everything I want to talk about for today's video. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate you for sure. And let me know what I should do next. And let me know what you guys think what I say, because I do read and respond to all my comments. And join my Discord server if you want to talk to me or anyone in my community. But with all that said, take care. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.